So this is February 3rd, 2026, and this is just what I thought about during the day. It's the first time I'm ever going to make a video like this, so I'm going to try it out, try something new. But I'm going to start with this. I thought about this earlier in the day. I thought about the future of AI, because I think we all know AI is going to have a massive impact on the planet. But I was thinking about what kind of regulation would we have to put in place against AI or for AI? And I got to thinking, man, you could really easily falsely accuse somebody using AI. Let's say you get them in an AI image doing something illegal and you frame them. That within itself is an illegal thing. And there needs to be some regulation in place. I personally believe every AI image that we are able to generate and save should be on a specific file type. That way, we know it's an AI image and there should be regulation there. I don't know how we're going to really enforce this, but it's a concept, it's an idea. Because there's no way an AI image detector can detect if a JPG or a PNG is made by AI, especially if it's a sophisticated image. And these AI image detectors, they're falling behind, and these AI images are getting really, really, really high tech. So it's about time we think about these things. The second thing I thought about was, is it morally correct to sell merch using Jesus Christ? Because I see it all the time. I see it on Instagram. People post merch where they have a live for God, text on it or a cross on it. And I was wondering, like, is that morally correct to sell out God like that? Well, you're not necessarily selling him out, but you're selling him and selling his idea for profit. Why not do it for free? Why not be charitable with it? Why not be, a philanthropist about it? You don't have to make a profit off of it. Is that morally incorrect? And I just got to thinking, is that merch even really swag? Not really. None of it's really that cool. And to me personally, when I see people wearing stuff like that, I think they're kind of corny. And they have a Live for God t-shirt. You're trying hard to pretend like you're living for God by wearing a t-shirt, but if people really knew you lived for God, they'd see it inside of you. They'd see it when they talk to you. They'd see it by how you carry yourself. So I don't want to be one of these corny Christians, one of these corny Protestants who wear church merch and sell church merch and make a profit. And I don't know, something about that doesn't resonate well with me. And I've always thought about that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is actually a pretty serious subject. It's something I kind of have been suffering from a little bit, but I've been open about it. And that is, some substance abuse. And my loneliness kind of reverts to the drug abuse to kind of escape reality. But substance abuse, whether you're smoking weed or drinking, only fuels that loneliness further. It only makes it worse. Same with video games. Really, any kind of escapism will only fuel your loneliness. It will never take it away from you. Even if when you're in the moment, it feels like I'm not lonely, I'm kind of happy, I'm enjoying myself, or you're just, numbly pleasured by a movie or by, a video game or something. And you're building these habits to escape boredom and loneliness, but in reality, you're only making it worse for yourself, and these habits will continue on. And they will continue into daily habits and addiction. And the more you do these things, the more you'll just be permanently lonely. If you smoke weed every day, you're likely lazy, and you know it, okay? Everybody who smokes weed knows they're probably not living to the fullest of their potential, and they are just escaping. They're getting high and they're feeling happy, and maybe some of them can, work around it and, actually be a successful businessman or whatever it is, whatever's the, metric of success. But I'll tell you what is not the metric of success: sitting in your room and playing games all day. Now, I understand it, I do it, it's fun, but it will only make your loneliness worse. It will increase your loneliness, and it'll make it harder to get away from loneliness because you're caught in these bad habits. The final thing I want to talk about is something a little more relevant to today. I see it a lot in this Gen Z new, media turn. Looks maxing. You have heard of this, looks maxing, where you do bone mashing, limb maxing, or whatever it's called. You're trying to look as good as possible. Now, I see the craze and I see the concept, and I honestly agree with it because looking good is kind of the future. If you don't look good, women really don't want to reproduce with you at all because all they see all day on the internet and social media is extremely attractive 6'4" chads. Like, that's all they're seeing. So, is looks maxing really the solution? And likely is. But I feel like there's another solution there. And I want to call it swag maxing. Swag maxing, especially when you're a short guy, is the only way to really pull girls. You gotta have some swag on you. So if you're a short guy thinking about looks maxing, I would definitely recommend it. Definitely look better. Definitely get better looking because women will look at you and be attracted to you that way. But if you're not a tall guy and you can't just, dominate the environment, then you gotta make sure that you actually dominate the environment with your actions and you carry a little, something loose about you, some swagger. So 2026, I may be looks maxing, swag maxing, personality maxing, right? And if you don't look good, if you're ugly, be true to yourself, be self aware, and make a change because it is possible. Just being a very short guy, it's different. And I think how you go about life is different, and how you go about relationships is different. And that's just from my experience. But in my experience, people like you more when you swag max. When you carry a little bit of cockiness, but still empathy. And you can almost be a chameleon to people, not in a negative connotation where you subvert your critical thinking or you subvert the things that you care about just to fit in with the group, because that's cowardice and that leads to nasty, ugly things like snakery. I mean, bunch of dudes do it. They turn their back on their friends to fit in with the group. It's beta male bullshit, honestly. You want to be a chameleon in the sense of you can blend in with any individual. Any individual you're with, no matter how fucked up they are in life. Even if you're trans and I don't agree with you, it doesn't mean I don't love you and I can't blend with you a little bit and relate to you a little bit. Um, and that's what I kind of mean is you want to try to be relatable, but you still got to carry that confidence about you. And that demeanor has got to be strong and built upon the rock of Jesus Christ. And that's my video today, guys. I will see you tomorrow.